Hello and welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Great to have you here. This video was a bit unplanned. This is a watch I picked up on a bit of a whim in a sale that I got emailed about from a UK jewellers called H. Samuel. I had a quick look through the sale and I picked up a watch and it arrived, and I'll be honest, I'm really pleased with it for the price that I paid for it. So I thought I would do a quick review on it. Now this is an Accurist, a brand that I've not really featured on the channel before. British brand as well. Maybe I should have done that by now. Founded in 1946, I believe, and this is the Accurist 7355. Now, as far as I can see, after a bit of research, I can only see H. Samuel actually sell this watch. I'll put a link in the description to it. You can pick it up for £36.99, but if you use the trick of signing up for their email, or putting your email to sign up for their newsletter, you will get a 10% discount, which you can use against this as well. So you can get it even cheaper. Now, the retail price is $74.99, I think. I'm not sure I'd pay that for it, but for the $36.99 that I paid for it, I'm really pleased with it as a dress watch. So let's take a look at what we get. Now, what does that $36.99 get you? Well, it's quite large for a dress watch. It's a 42mm in diameter. Now, that is quite large for a dress watch. They tend to be 40mm or under, going down as, I don't know, maybe a 36mm. Now, that would look a bit lost on my wrist, possibly. But this one wears smaller on my wrist. It doesn't feel like a 42mm. I'm guessing just because of its design, really. But, yeah, 48 lug to lug. So still quite long, still quite a big watch, which is great for my wrist. Strap is a 22mm, so standard. You can swap it out as you want, but it looks good on this strap. And it's only 9mm thick, so it's not a cuff catcher. That is helped by that domed crystal, as you can see there. So wearing it with a shirt, not a problem at all. Doesn't catch on any cuffs, just beautifully slips over that. And it only weighs 69 grams, so it's nice and light. You don't even realise you're wearing it, to be quite honest. That dial is something, brilliant. I love it. Definitely worth the money that I paid for it. Now, the build of the watch is all stainless steel. Highly polished, as you can see, around the bezel, onto the body of the watch and the lugs. Now, I think that really sets it off. This crystal picks up from the edge of that bezel really nicely and is domed. Now, the crystal, I did some research. I can't actually tell if it's mineral or acrylic. I haven't got a tester. I keep saying that. I really do need to get one now. I've got a feeling it's mineral crystal, which would be expected. It's not going to be sapphire at a watch this price. But it picks up really nicely, giving it that nice domed look. Very much Orient Bambino style. Now, I must admit, Orient Bambino is one of my grail watches for a dress watch. I will be getting one of those in at some point. Not sure what everybody else's preference on a dress watch is. If you have a preferred one, leave me a comment. Let me know, and I'll certainly take a look at it. But it's definitely got that Orient Bambino style. Lots of light play on that domed crystal as well. Little A on the crown, as you can see, for Accurist. Now, I can say I've seen better finishing on watches, and there is a little burr just on one of the lugs. It's just on that lug there. You won't be able to see it, but I can feel it. It's just a little sharp. It doesn't catch me or anything, but it is just a little sharp. So maybe because you pay that money, you do pay for that. You know, you don't quite get the quality you would on an Orient, for example. But I'm really, really pleased with it. Now, this dial really is the star of the show, and I just hope that the camera can do it justice. We've got a sunburst effect from the pinion in a smoke grey. Now, that can sometimes look more yellow, sometimes more blue, but it really does change with the light. It gets darker to the edges, which is more of a sort of purpley smoke blue, blue-grey, and it looks really good. I'm so pleased with the dial on it. It looks much better than it does on the photo in real life. Really reflects the light, helped by that dome crystal, obviously. We've got Accurist just printed at the top. Nothing underneath the pinion, which I think helps by keeping it clean. Again, good for a dress watch. Now, no Arabics on this one. All these long, slim, silver applied indices all the way around on the 5 minutes. Then on the outer track, we've got white minute markers. Again, looks good. Now, there is an opportunity for some lume on those minute markers, but there is no lume on this watch at all. So don't buy it if you think you're going to be hanging about in nightclubs or some dressed up club with, and it's going to be after dark, because you're not going to see this watch at all, really. We've got a date window at the 3, framed, just in white, which looks really nice. And it looks really good. Hands, sword style, beveled, high polished silver with a needle second hand. So no real option there to put any lume on that either. So I'm not surprised they didn't. But just such a great looking watch for the price. So the case back on this watch, pretty straightforward. Press on case back. Only 30 meters of water resistance, as we can see. 7355 printed on the back. Japanese movement, caliber GM10, which is a Miyota quartz caliber. So that's what's in it. All stainless steel, and the Accurist logo printed into the back. Nice and simple. Just what you need, really. Nothing overcomplicated, and obviously not a display one, as it's a quartz movement. Now the strap on this, 22mm, as I said, so lots of options if you want to swap it out. Alligator crocodile style leather upper. I think that says on the back, yeah, man-made back. Accurist printed into the back. Not the thickest leather strap I've ever held. It's quite thin. Again, kind of suits the watch to a degree. It could be better on the leather strap, and you might have a much better one you could swap it out for. It's not quick release or anything. It does really fit in between those lugs, though. There's no room to play with that at all. Now, it is long. I can get it on my 8-inch wrist. However, I am on the last hole on it, so just bear that in mind if you're a guy or girl with a bigger wrist. Here it is on my 8-inch wrist, as you can see. I think that looks really good. Look at the light play on that. As I say, onto the last hole though, so if you've got a longer strap, you might want to swap it out. But fits really nicely, lovely and slim. It is helped on my 8-inch wrist by these 48mm lugs, make it sit slightly better. Now, it's not perfect by any means for a watch at this price. Obviously, there's no lume, because it is a dress watch, so you don't tend to get lume on them, but you can. Shame about the crystal is, I can't tell you what it is. It would have been nice if I could find out some more information on it. One of the lugs, as I said, does have a little burr just on the back, so you can just feel it with your finger. Not the end of the world, doesn't cut into you or anything like that, but again, for this price, you're not going to get the quality of an Orient Bambino, as I say. It is, but other than that, it's a really good price for a great looking dress watch. It's going to stay in my collection until I can get that Bambino, I think. As I say, leave a comment if you have a preference for a dress watch. Let me know. Now, if this watch isn't your thing, this watch might be your thing, which was another watch that really surprised me. Cost me £6 off AliExpress. I'll put a link to that just up in the corner. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.